Hi, and welcome to week 3 of the vlog. I can hardly believe that 3 weeks has gone by. I remember wishing for this preparation group to come, and now I really don't want it to end. I realised this week how important this time is. It's really valuable and really special that we're getting the opportunity to gather as much information as we possibly can that's aiding us onto our journey to become parents. This week was a real mix. We started with the importance of names, we then looked at NAS babies, which I'll go on to explain later, and then we got to meet a real life adoptive parent. And then we moved on to the service that Scottish Adoption offers after the adoption process, and it was amazing to see all the support you get. So the week began saying hi and hello and how everything had gone, and then we got into the importance of names. I wondered where this was going to go and what we were going to talk about. And in true Scottish Adoption Prep Group fashion, Alex and Machine never asked us to do anything that they wouldn't do. So Alex started off explaining the importance of his name, where it came from, who he was named after, and then we all got an opportunity to share our names. It was at this point that Alex said something really interesting that really struck a chord with me. He said that the name that your child comes with is maybe the only thing that a birth parent has given them. And he explained it like this. The name that they're given by their birth parent is the hook into their birth family, and the surname they're given with you is the hook into your family. And I thought that was really important, and it really kind of got to me. And then I began to wander in my own dreamland. Actually, I've had my names picked out since I was a little girl, and it's something that me and my husband have always talked about. What we call our children, why would we call them, what names wouldn't we call them? And I suppose I felt at that point a little bit sad. But I thought, wait a minute, there's going to be so many exciting things that we can get from raising our child, that actually that name is important to them and it is from their birth parents, and we need to respect that. And so it was at that moment I kind of came to peace with that yes, it's sad that I won't get to name them, but actually there's so much more that we'll get to do raising our child together. So it was really fun to listen to everyone's names and where they came from. Lots of them came from family history or just names that people like from songs. So it was really good to get to know the group in this way, and a really nice thing to start the day off with. The next thing was a little bit tough to listen to. We got to watch a video about NAS babies, and that's neonatal abstinence syndrome, which is when the baby has kind of been used to having kind of drugs from the mum, and there's lots of withdrawal symptoms and that kind of thing. And we watched a baby kind of deal with all of that in its early days and the kind of stress and trauma that comes with that. But then we got to listen to foster carers talking about how important it was and how valuable that time was with a foster carer, getting that love and care. But actually it's quite a challenge and a journey. And it was just really important to think about, could I handle a baby like that? Am I ready for something like that? And so it started to throw up loads of questions, that there's lots of children that come into this world with lots of different circumstances. And it was at this time I started to think about what kind of child we might adopt and all the tough questions we'd have to ask ourselves. And it was here when people ask questions about the time things would be asked at home study. And I suppose that a massive thing we're about to embark on really sheds a light to me, that there is going to be loads of questions we have to answer, but actually it's really important to be honest. And that's what Alex and Machine told us, that when we're going through all that, when they're asking us questions, to be as honest as we can, because we need to make sure that the right child is placed with us, and we're the right family for that child, because we're going to be their forever family, and it really needs to work. So it's a really hard thing to watch, but it was really interesting to think about what type of child might come into our family. And it was at this point I went into a little bit of a dreamland, I suppose. I started to think about, wow, maybe our child's already out there. Maybe they're already living with their foster parents. Maybe they're still growing. Who knows? And that was really exciting to think about. I got butterflies thinking about that actually. I wonder if they're already alive. How cool would that be? And so there was lots, although it was tough to watch, there was loads of interesting questions that I started to think about. After that we went off for lunch. It was an early lunch this week. And it gave us a lot of opportunity to chat to other people over lunch about our experiences, how we came to the adoption process. And that was really nice to be sitting down talking to somebody who's in a similar position to us, but at exactly the same moment in their adoption journey. And that was really good to kind of have someone at that support network to talk to. After lunch, we got to meet an adoptive parent. And this was really exciting because we got real life kind of experience about how it was from prep group through to kind of home study, and then everything that came after that. And it was really interesting to kind of hear her views on prep group and think about how she got on in prep group And it was amazing, really amazing to hear her journey with her child and what they'd got up to, and how the process was for them. Although it was really exciting, it was also it was a bit scary. We've got so much to come up, so many things to think about, and it was at that time when I just thought, this is a huge thing we're embarking on. And it's not like I didn't know that, but it just all really came to light that we're really only at the beginning of this. And although it's exciting, and although we're getting this awesome opportunity to gather so much useful information, there's still so much more to come. And I suppose the seriousness of everything kind of dawned on me, and I got a little bit frightened. But it was really good to hear how happy they all are and what they're doing now. And it couldn't have been that bad, because she's coming back to Scottish Adoption for a second one. So it kind of gave us hope that although it's a long journey, there's obviously lots of benefits to that. And so it was really nice to see that she'd done the first prep group, had her daughter now, and now she's ready to adopt another one. And so it was really good. We got to ask some questions, and kind of get feedback about lots of different things. It was at this point where lots of us didn't really ask questions. I think we were all kind of maybe a wee bit overwhelmed about everything that was going on, but it was really cool to have her there, and we really, really valued your input. So thank you so much if you're watching this, and if you're not, that's cool too. We really appreciated it. After that, we got to hear from someone from the After Adoption team, and that was really amazing to see how many awesome things they do after. So not only do you get the prep group with the awesome gathering of information, not only do they support you all the way through the home study, to placing you with a child, actually after all of that you can go back and ask for any type of help you want. And that was really reassuring to know that no matter what situation you found yourself in, there was always somebody there to kind of speak to and get advice from. And also that they would always be there no matter what the issue. So whether it was 2 weeks, 2 years, that they would always be there. And it was awesome to see how many groups they run. Teenage groups, music therapy groups, art groups, small groups, TheraPlay. There was so much on offer, and it's really exciting to know you can tap into a whole load of resources. And it was at this point I began to wonder and think about, maybe we might do that. Maybe we might come back to a group and meet other children, other family members who've adopted. And so that was really good to see that actually the journey continues after adoption too, that a child isn't just placed with you and then see you later, off you go, enjoy parenthood. Actually, you have the awesome opportunity to be able to be supported in that as well. So I can't believe we're at the end of week 3 and it's almost coming up to week 4. 1 week left, that's crazy. And then a whole big journey ahead of us. It's at this point I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous. So thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed week 3. See you next week.